Right, how's it going, people? So I'm back with another video, and this time it's of my stats of my plug-in solar system. And if you've been watching the channel, you'll know that I bought the EcoFlow Stream Ultra X with the 4x450 solar panels, and I bought it as a bundle. And I think I paid around £1,600. Anyway, um, so I set that up on the roof, and which was pretty easy. And I'll put a link in the bottom of the description so you can see that, because I actually did the video of my setup when I first started. And yeah, so for the past 3 months, I've pretty much been using the EcoFlow to power my base load in my house. And the Aferiy P280 I use for all my high wattage appliances, because it's got a 2800 watt inverter, so I can plug my main high wattage appliances like the microwave or washing machine straight into it. And obviously, like grid tied, you're only allowed 800 watts. So my EcoFlow pretty much powers the base load, which is, it probably goes up to about 450 watts, my base load. So yeah, 800 watts is enough to do that. So anyway, yeah, I was trying to get to 95% energy independence so I could do this video, but it seemed to take forever, and I did have a couple of hiccups on the way that I was really annoyed about, because it set me back. And yeah, it is what it is though, and I think it was something to do with the app, I don't know, but it ended up drawing power from the grid from 6 o'clock till 6 o'clock in the morning one evening, and it set me back about I think it was about 0.3 anyway on the grid energy independence. But I finally got there, and yeah, so now I'm at 95%, and it pretty much fell on the 3 month, right on the 3 month mark. So that would be a quarter of a year. So I thought, well, that's handy. What I'll do is I'll do a little video every quarter of the year or every 3 months, and show the viewers my stats for the different seasons, or the main seasons, like per quarter, you know. I mean, we can't do too many videos about stuff, can we? So anyway, so as you can see on the screen, this shows that I'm at energy independence 95%, and some other stats here anyway, like I'm just showing you that for a minute. But I have actually taken some screenshots of like daily and monthly and yearly, so you can get like a better picture of like how my stats stacked up this say, yeah. So right, here we go. So this is I say a typical day, maybe a typical day, like sunny day, where in the morning my battery is probably at say 30%, right? So I'll get up in the morning, it's probably on 30%, like where it's been using the power overnight with no solar, so purely off the battery overnight. So at 6 o'clock it starts charging the battery. So you can see here it starts as a perfect sort of solar curve, let's call it. Yeah, where it's not cutting out or anything like that. So it gets to about, let's say 11:30, and then that would be when the battery is like fully charged. And then what happens is the EcoFlow Ultra then stops drawing solar power, so it drops what it needs and just draws for the actual base load. And it's not going to produce like more power than it needs, because it's got nothing to feed it to. So unless you're sending it back to the grid, it's going to stop producing solar. And I've turned off grid feed, so I don't send anything back to the grid at all. So all but a little bit of grid power that it does draw, and that's just for the smart meter I've got, but there's nothing you can do about that. Everyone will get a little bit of draw from the grid just because the smart meter needs it. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, and that's, you can see there, look, 36 watts is drawn in one day, so which is nothing. It's hardly anything. So anyway, getting back to this, so yeah, you can see, like I said, the battery's charged up to about 11, half 11, then it just stops producing, and then about probably 1 o'clock, where I've probably come in for lunch, you can see there's a big spike that goes up there, and that's probably also where I am charging the Aferiy P280 off of my EcoFlow. So that would be that big spike, and probably like, yeah, I might have come in and turned something on or something like that. And then obviously after that, say 2 o'clock, then we have that flat spot again, where the EcoFlow no longer needs to draw any power apart from obviously your base load. And then when it gets to about 5 o'clock, when we're back indoors again and everyone's back from work, you see that spike going up again, where the where it's drawing power from the EcoFlow again, yeah, from the base load. Anyway, so this is your day. So we've got yeah, 7.11 kilowatts an hour of solar power generated for that day. Like from, say, this just for argument's sake, 6 till 6. So that would be what I've generated from solar. And then you've got 42.2% of solar that has gone directly to the house to power the base load. Then here, this is the battery. So you've got 57.3% solar has gone to charging the battery, yeah, which equates to 4.8 kilowatts an hour. And then, like I said, you've just got this little 36 watts of power that the smart meter is drawn from the grid, which is nothing. Like I said, pretty much all these systems will draw a small amount, because if you've got a smart meter, it needs it to power it. So yeah, moving on from that, we've got the same day, but this is yeah, different graph, and this is basically your consumption for that day. So this would be showing you the energy from your solar, which we already said about just a minute ago on the other graph. So it's showing that you're getting yeah, 58% solar generation from the solar panels, and yeah, that's what you're consuming. And then you've also got your consumption from the battery. So 41.4% of solar has come from, like, your solar power has come from your battery. I'm trying to make this simple, but this app is a bit confusing. Like, it's got so many stats on it and things that a lot of things don't really add up, but it is correct. And then anyway, so then we've got again 26 watts used from the grid. So that's a small amount, and there is a little variation there from the other graph, but that's just how it is. I'm not quite sure why, but anyway. So yeah, look here as well. This just show you this. So in green, from 6, yeah, that's 12 o'clock in midnight, and then up until 6 o'clock in the morning, you can see that it's using all battery. So the green is battery, and then at 6 o'clock in the morning, it turns to yellow, and that's when it starts drawing solar power. And then it stops using the battery. So yeah, you've got, like, from 6 o'clock it turns yellow, so that's all solar. And then we probably had I maybe used a bit bit more than what it was generating maybe, and it's had to use a bit of the battery. As you can see, there's a bit of green there. Anyway, it's still drawing power. This big spike here is when I've come in and put the Aferiy P280 on charge. So that's why you get that big spike there. That's where it's been charging. And then as we get into the evening, which is 6 o'clock, you can see that where the sun's going down and the solar is stopping generating. And then we get to about 7 o'clock and then we're back into battery again. So then it would come back out there like that. So yeah, that's that one. And you can see there as well the deviation from the other graph that I showed you just now, which was 7.7, because the reason it was 7.7 is because it has to fill the battery up first. So from here to here, you're charging the battery up. So that's why you get that extra kilowatts on the amount generated. So that's why we've only got 5.17 kilowatts of consumption, because for that day, because the rest was in the battery and the battery here. So that's all storage, that extra. So that's the consumption for a week. And then we've got the monthly graph here. So this is PV1, PV2, PV3, PV4 again, solar panels. And obviously, yeah, you've got the colours, the different colours represent, or these different colours on here, these 4 different colours on here represent the each individual solar panel. And you can see here at the top, this is my monthly solar generation, which is, let's just call it 170 kilowatts an hour. And then again, this just basically shows you how much of that solar power has gone straight to your home to power that, how much of that solar generation has gone to your battery, and this is how much has gone to the grid. So we actually let a bit go there. Look, we've let nearly 1 kilowatt hour go to the grid. Well, not accidentally, but it just happens. You do lose a bit to the grid, like I said, because of the smart meter. But that's 1 kilowatt an hour for a month, or like say 30 to 31 days is very good. So that's pretty much why I'm at 95% energy independence. So yeah, that is the graph of what the solar panels have generated. And then we've got the consumption again from the solar panels. So my solar generated power is, no, this is energy from, so you've got 124 kilowatts that come from solar. So that's how much solar I generated for the month. And then that's 41.8% is how much I use from the battery. And then in that month, I used 771 watts. So it's just shy of 1 kilowatt, but we see that on the other picture, didn't we? So yeah, so that's the monthly consumption and generation. And then here again, we've got the yearly solar generation. So yeah, my first month wasn't very good because obviously I was setting it up and things like that. But again, we've got like how much flows to the house straight from solar, how much has gone to the battery, and then overall for the year, how much has actually gone back to the grid. So for the year, it's 1.72 kilowatts an hour has gone back to the grid. So in 3 months, or just shy, let's just call it shy of 2 kilowatts has gone back to the grid, which is really good. So yeah, I hope you're getting all this. I'm not going to go into any of the other like finer details, because it just gets even more complicated, and I mean this is just enough to grasp as it is. So so yeah, there you can see my consumption. So like I was saying, I've used 338 kilowatts an hour in 3 months of the year. So as you can see here in blue at the bottom, this was the first month where I was setting it up, and yeah, I wasn't too sure what I was doing at the time, but I still managed to do quite well. Yeah, and then you got in energy from, again, uh, energy from the battery, and then we've got from the grid. So this just say, yeah, like in the 3 months that I've been set up, I've used 10.52 kilowatts from the grid. So although that sounds quite a bit, it's not really. Like overall, when you consider like I've had 338 kilowatts from solar. So yeah, 10.52 kilowatts is nothing. Yeah, so that's that. Then you just got some stats on like how much I've saved, and it's, I mean, this is sort of estimated without VAT and without standing charge and things like that. So at the moment I've only saved about £115 over the 3 months, which is all right. But obviously, yeah, we've got the standing charges and things like that. But yeah, so, and like I said, like I did drop the energy independence and things, so that's that. Yeah, and this is, I like this little thing here, this one that they've put in, because it shows you like, yeah, how far you would have driven on the energy, or this shows you how much you would have driven on the energy that you've produced, and then obviously, yeah, how many trees of CO2 emissions like you would have, what do you call it, how much CO2 you've saved the planet. So this is how many equivalent of how many trees that you would have planted. So, and then there is your CO2 emissions that you've saved the planet. Anyway, I like that bit. So yeah, so we're back to the 95%, and that was my goal, to get to 95%. So yeah, we are there. So anyway, so yeah, like I say, I'll probably be doing a video every quarter, and just to keep you updated really over the year, and it will just be like the main quarterly seasons that we can see how the difference, how the different weather changes your stats. So there you go. So yeah, if you like my video, give us a subscribe and share with your friends. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.